Hey guys, welcome to the POS Podcast. These guys are being idiots. So,
Whoa.
Away from
Starting off the show with verbal abuse. Okay.
that's how I keep them in line.
Oh, okay. That's what my mom said.
All right, so we're gonna do a show today. How was your guys' weeks? Or
Well,
past couple weeks.
I joined the Hindu faith, as you can see by my pimple on my head. I'm sure that's insulting to multiple.
I
did notice. I did notice you still haven't fixed the hole in the back of your wall.
Wait for it. Wait.
No, you're still not pointing at it. There you go.
You know. Actually, your forehead zit thing reminds me of. Do you ever watch The Phantom Menace when Obi-Wan's fighting Darth Maul and Darth Maul kicks him and he's like hanging on that thing in the pit and you can see his forehead and he clearly has zits and it always like bugged me. It was like, couldn't you and McGregor either pop that shit before or they could have digitally gotten that out? But Lucas was like, fuck it, let's just put more money into Jar Jar, and that was like,
that's a good George Lucas impersonation, actually. What's funny? I saw this funny post online where it had the scene from A New Hope where Obi-Wan's like, Luke Skywalker, Luke, this is your lightsaber. Your father wanted you to have it. And then it has a scene from the end of Revenge of the Sith where Anakin's like, I hate you! I want you to give my lightsaber to my son! I don't know, as he's burned to death. I had a good week. It's Monday.
Yeah.
So, we're 1-for-1 so far.
it was an okay week. I'm still alive. That's pretty much all I can say about it. But
It's good
Yeah.
to have.
My day today sucked. Yeah. But I had ice cream, so now it's a little bit better.
Yeah. Ice cream makes
Yeah.
everything better.
ba-da-ba-ba-ba, he's loving it.
Shut the fuck up!
Oh.
Do you know who wrote that?
Justin Timberlake.
Yes, you're right.
Wow.
500 points for Saber.
Because I think it was from a song and McDonald's bought the song or something like that. Or
He made a song and it was only a single, and then he made the song so he could sell the jingle to McDonald's or so. I don't. Basically, he made the jingle.
He made the song. It was only a single, so he made the jingle.
Oh,
It was rhyme.
But it was like, because a lot of people are like, "What song is this?" Because it's not. You can't really find it. But basically, he got, when you sell a jingle, they give you like $30 million. And they're like, if the amount of money you would make off this commercial goes above $30 million, then you get more. But like, let's say they didn't have the ba-da-ba-ba-ba go on for as long as it had, he still gets $30 million.
and Justin Timberlake, he's hurting. He needs that.
Yeah,
money.
he is hurt. I mean, everyone thought he was justified, but he wasn't. He wasn't justified. You know, he was in sync with our culture, but now he knows it's gonna be May. Paleo's like, why? Why? Wait, Paleo, your headphones look like they're laser tag headphones from the 80s.
Oh my god.
Remember that those things at the toy store where it's like spy gear, and it's like,
Yes.
Oh,
I
yeah,
can hear
yeah.
a conversation from the next room now. Oh my gosh, walkie-talkies that are green.
Actually, awkward story. Awkward story. That's how I found out my parents were getting divorced.
Oh.
No, I'm fucking sorry.
Are you serious?
No, my parents are not divorced. I just wanted to do
Let's see
that.
where they're hiding the presents this year.
I just
I
wanted
want a divorce.
right when I heard that, I was like, oh man, I can't not do that joke.
Oh my god.
Like, I don't know how to tell them that, you know, we've been sleeping with other people for years and they're all adopted. It's like, I'm turning this off now.
This isn't like the commercials at all.
If it was a commercial.
See, that's the messed up stuff I would do if I had kids. So.
Oh,
All right.
Dad, I'm gonna have so much.
Or
fun
someone
with kids. I'm gonna have
someone
so-
put a post on, I think it was on Tumblr, and was like when your kid's little, like a baby, take a picture of you finding them in a woods in an alien spacecraft, hide the picture in the attic so they can find it when they're 10 and just wait for
I love it.
That's great.
I don't know who
That's
came
a
up with that.
long-term commitment to a joke.
It
I love
is.
But it's so worth it. They're like 15. They're telling their girlfriend, and goes, "Look, I don't tell a lot of people this, but look at this fucking photo. And they're like, oh my God. They go, I know. And you know what? I knew you were going to react to that way because I'm an alien. So
I have a question for you guys. Speaking of childhood stuff, okay. I was reading this Reddit thread, and the thread was about this guy whose grandfather passed away, and his mother was cleaning out the grandfather's basement. And while cleaning it out, he found a box full of Playboy pornography, and he took the box, and he's like, don't worry, Mom, I got this box. He took it out to the forest, and he burned it. And he's like, this one's for you, Grandpa, and I'm gonna go and burn this last thing in your honor and protect you from my mom knowing that you had nasty Playboy magazines. And somebody in the comments was like, why didn't you just leave it in the forest for kids to find out? That's how we did it when we were kids.
yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is everybody started chiming in saying like, oh my gosh, I thought it was just me who discovered random pornography in the forest.
No,
I'm
forest porn. First off, forest porn is one of the most natural things in the world. If anyone didn't find forest porn,
No. It's global warming, man. It's rare now. Actually, no, because of the internet, it's rare now. But I remember.
No, when I turned 18,
discovered it.
I did my part, and Saber probably knows this tradition. You do your part, you buy lots of porn, and you throw it around in the woods.
I did that once. No,
You got to give back. You got to give back. I bought different kinds of porn for everyone. I was all inclusive. You know, the people were like, I don't know what this guy's into, but he's gonna have fun tonight. But I did have fun throwing them all in the woods.
The cycle continues. Where I remember buying. I don't know why. I wanted to buy a dirty mag, and it was back when I was like 20, and I bought a dirty mag, and it came with a little DVD, and I remember going and looking at it, and I was like, oh, this is a good article. And then I thought, well, I gotta ditch the evidence. So while I was driving back, I just tossed the magazine into a forest, and then it hit me yesterday. I'm like, the cycle continues.
It's like the circle of forest porn.
It is. It really is.
Listen, everyone,
I found it in the forest, and I threw my way in the forest.
I know everyone's giving money to the Kickstarters and the Patreons and the things that you kids like, but for real, buy some porn, throw it in the woods. Just it will make someone happy. You know, do it today. Help out.
You know what bothers me? What's troubling right now is that.
That forest porn won't be found by a young person. It'll be found by a creepy hobo. That crossed my mind also, Saber.
Well, I don't do that stuff anymore. I'm long gone past those days of my weird debauchery. So I'm like, I'm done with that state of life. I'm like, I've gotten right with Jesus. So and I bring this up because I just realized that the girl who I'm currently courting with, who comes from a very Christian family, was watching the podcast last week. So I gotta make sure make it deliberately clear that I don't throw porn in the forest anymore. Those days are over. Those days I
would like to.
I got rid of the magazine. Now a Bible in one hand and
I would like to put a slant on this and say throwing porn in the woods is one of the most Christian things you could do. Because not only are you enjoying the porn,
oh, that's Christian.
Just saying that made me laugh. Not only are you enjoying it, but you're sharing it with someone, and you're helping them develop to eventually be a well-educated man to marry and procreate.
It seemed biblical to me. Why not? Yeah, but yeah.
Hey, Mary Magdalene.
If anybody's watching right now. Those days are over. I'm clean now. I swear. All right, and I hope you all are enjoying
Not that
this.
there's anything wrong with forest porn, kids. Don't be.
Okay.
Whatever. All right, Tom. How was your week? I think you already said.
I was shit, but then I had ice cream, so now it's okay.
Yeah, he mentioned that. But speaking of forest porn, speaking of forest porn, let's talk about Mad Max.
Oh, I didn't see it. I want to see it, but I hear so many great things. I hear like people
say how good it's going.
Dude, it's so amazing. It's like one person told me once, they're like, someone told me once, if you had the option between this movie and a hot meal, you should pick this movie. And I would say that with Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah, I say that. Oh, I need to say my pun that I was saving for this.
Oh, what is it?
If Mad Max played an instrument, he'd
Mhm.
play a mad sax.
Oh!
Saber's face.
I want to say how that connects to the Mad Max franchise, because if you've seen the original, his wife plays a mean sax. So that works.
I messed my camera up. Actually, it's funny is I've never seen the original Mad Max. I remember kind of seeing tidbits on FX back in the day of like Thunderdome, I believe, or the one where like they're driving in the desert with the cars and having like car wars or whatever. So the series is kind of a blur to me, but I have the gist of it down, which is them blowing each other up with like Borderlands like cars.
Well, you don't need to. The cool thing about the Mad Max movies is you don't really need to see. I mean, they're most of them are pretty good, but you don't need to see one to understand the other. They're not like those Marvel movies, you know.
Somebody said that they think that video game movies are going to be the next comic book movies. Which
People have been saying that for a while, but I think you need a
You need a good one
studio.
first.
Well, you need like how Marvel happened is you need Kevin Feige, and you need the Kevin Feige for Nintendo or Sega or whoever is gonna do it. Because the Halo thing, that was a disaster.
Oh man, I was confused. I'm still confused to this day because I remember seeing this really cool like Halo like cinematic of like these ODST soldiers fighting a brute, and I'm like, oh, this is for the new Halo movie coming out, and it never happened. And then there are a bunch of like little mini movies and like series on like Xbox and Netflix. And I bring this all up because, and I'm Paleo, tell me if I'm jumping subjects or if this is even listed. They released a picture of I think Ogrim from the new Warcraft movie.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, yeah, I like just found out about that because of Tom saying something about it earlier.
Yeah, I
It
just saw
looked
it on the
cool.
Verge like an hour ago.
It looks amazing.
Yeah,
It looks amazing.
that's in. Is that when is that? I don't
It's
even know
next
when
year.
it is. Because it was supposed to come out in March, but I think the civil case of Batman v Superman has moved that.
Yeah.
So
I don't blame them. Get something, get a date that's kind of open because I mean I want to see this movie because I'm a huge Warcraft fan and I love the cinematics. But I think like people are saying like this has a visual to it that's like completely different than any cinematic. It's something completely brand new that's never been seen before. So I'm excited to see it. And I love Warcraft universe, so
I think it will be cool.
I'm sorry, I got you off
Duncan
track.
Jones, who did Moon and the movie with Jake Gyllenhaal with the train.
What, Snowpiercer?
The Polar Express?
No, the one with the train and he keeps repeating. I forget now. Damn it. What was that? It's gonna in the middle of a conversation later. I'm like, the time train movie. Train time.
Train time.
Train time. Time code. Time.
Yeah,
zone?
but
Stop zone.
But
So-
Fury Road, like
Sorry.
one thing I really like about this movie is just I guess the color of it. Like it's really like visually, entertaining. We're not.
Well,
not
he. What George Miller said he hated how all
Uh-oh.
dystopian. So he said, "I'm not doing that because everyone else does it, so I'm going to make it colorful."
Yeah, like I was actually watching something earlier. My dad was watching a video downstairs of the behind the scenes, and just how many practical effects that are in this movie because there's a ton of practical effects. There's barely any CGI. And that's something I really like because
There's apparently the CGI is only for the background. All the car chase stuff is all practical.
Yeah. So
It's practically unheard of these days. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And
I
something
had
that
to contribute.
Yeah, and something that I didn't know that you pointed out in your review is that the guy that plays the main bad guy in this movie is the toe cutter, the main bad guy for the first Mad Max, or the actor that is.
Yeah. I thought that was cool. Yeah, it's not the same. They've done that a couple times in Mad Max, so they have the same actor play a different part in a different movie.
Yeah, because I know that they had the sky helicopter or the gyro captain guy from the Road Warrior play a different person in Thunderdome.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that one was too similar. It's confusing in Thunderdome. But
Yeah.
I'm frankly I'm beyond Thunderdome, so
Got it in there.
It's just gonna keep happening.
yeah. But it's just such a crazy movie, and Edgar Wright's seen it like 4 or 5 times. Like all these directors are like flipping out about Fury Road. But I know that when he showed clips of it at South by Southwest, I think it was Robert Rodriguez and Del Toro, after he said it was all practical, stood up and went, "Bullshit! How did you do that?" Like people like flat out don't believe him, which is like. But there is that, I actually heard a thing about Bruce Lee and about how he always shot his movies like dance. This will come around, don't worry. He shot all his movies like dance movies because he knew if people saw that you could do it, it was more suspenseful and more fun to watch. And Fury Road's like the same way, where it's like that it's all practical, and they do these in these like pretty wide shots, like that you can show it off. Kind of gives you that thrilling feeling that like in modern Hollywood we don't get that now because everyone's quick cutting and everyone's using CG, and that he's doing that. It's like I like that part of filmmaking when you like show a really amazing practical thing, So
Yeah. But yeah. These
yeah.
two haven't
I
seen
have
it.
nothing to contribute other than I guess the trailer looked cool.
Yeah, you should see it. You'd be into it.
Yeah.
Check out my channel for my review of the trailer for Mad Max Fury Road because that's all I do on my channel now.
You know what I want? I know it's funny. What's funny is that I've not been to the movies in a while, except when I saw The Hobbit back in December. But this movie gets me excited. 'Cause I'm like, this sounds fun. It sounds like the kind of movie I want to get a big old bucket of popcorn and just dip my hands in there and just the entire time while watching awesome things blow up on the screen. I want to go see this movie.
Yeah, like one thing I gauge for how fun a movie is or like how engaging it is how often I lean forward in the movie, because like I did that a lot in this movie. So I was like, oh,
Yeah.
holy shit.
I know you're talking about. I've done that
Yeah.
twice before. Once with 300 and once with Avatar.
Actually, when I since usually I have to pee before the movie's over, if I don't feel like I have to pee, that's usually a good sign. But the more I feel like I should go pee, that's usually a sign that movie's boring and
Yeah.
that I'm caring more about. But like I had to pee a whole lot during Fury Road, and like I did not notice it because I was just so like wrapped up in it, So,
Yeah.
and they don't let you pee in the theater anymore. Whatever.
Birds. What do y'all think is the best snack food for a theater?
The snack food I get from the corner store down the block. That's the best snack food.
Dude, there
I
is
would
legit
agree.
discrimination. There's discrimination when I remember I went to go see Toy Story 3, and I brought a Gatorade. And fortunately, I went with my sister and her friend at the time. And see, guys, if you carry a purse or bag, it's very suspicious.
Yeah.
Like, people are like, hey, what's in the bag? I'm like, I don't know, Shaylee. Let me see what's in the bag. But girls are like, what's in the bag? Tampons? Okay, whatever. I don't want to see. But we went to Taco Bell and bought. I think I bought like 6 bean burritos. I was hungry, and I think,
Wait, you brought stinky food to the movie?
Shush. All right.
Yeah, like that's how they can tell.
Yeah,
Well,
that's...
no, there are tampons. So,
Tampons don't hide.
Shut up! I'm just joking. But we got through, no problem. And I remember just eating bean burritos. Like, no, Andy, don't leave Woody.
Oh my god, I wish I had a camera of that. Like the beans getting everywhere, like, oh my god, they're gonna die in that fire.
Oh, no, I need more butter.
Oh, BT Dubs spoilers for Toy Story 3.
Andy
Actually,
dies.
you know what I do?
And he dies.
What I do if I used to sneak beers into the theater, I would just put them in my groindle region. Nobody's touching that because they don't want to say, like, it either looks like you have a beer there, or what if I have a massive erection that looks like a beer can? Because I look like that could happen. Anyway, anytime I had that, I saw theater people look at that and look up at me like, I'm not even going to say anything. And then, so, you know, and it keeps your nuts cold in the summer. I'm just saying, kids, it's worth it.
Kids. I got a story. I went to go see, what was it? That World War II movie that was like Brad Pitt was in, the Inglourious Basterds.
Fury, Inglourious Basterds.
I went to go see that by myself. No, with my friends, but my friends got there early and the theater was packed, so I had to go sit in the front because it's got off of my my lifeguarding job at the time. And I went to the gas station. I got this big old can of sweet tea that looked a lot like a beer can. And I also I had to get some prescription for a medicine I was taking at the time for, I think, an infection I had. A yeast infection. No, but for an infection I had. So I remember I sat down in the front row, and I remember the movie was starting. I'm like, psst, and I'm laughing at a scene. I'm like, ha 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 ha. And I looked to my right, and there's two cops there, and they're just kind of staring at me. And I guess it's kind of suspicious to them. Like, did this guy just take drugs and drink a beer in the theater? I'm like, you're half right. I did take some drugs prescribed, and this is a sweet tea. It was
but how sweet was that tea, Saber? How sweet was it?
Georgia sweet tea. So enough to put you in a diabetic coma. All right, I'm sorry, I got you all off track. Continue, Zarbon.
But Fury Road is awesome. Everybody see it.
It's awesome. You should go see it.
Maybe I'll go see it this week if I can find money under the couch.
Just rob up.
Somebody someone send Tom money.
Please do.
Yeah, do that.
Send it to TommyOliverSays@gmail.com for PayPal and put in the note section, go see Fury Road, you fuck nugget, and I will go do that. And then if I make a video about it, I will thank you personally for letting me see the movie.
But if you don't say you fuck nugget, he's just gonna.
Yeah, if you don't say you fuck nugget.
See, if you don't say that, he's gonna see Pitch Perfect too. So Tom's eyes look for a second like, I kind of don't want to say I'll do that.
Oh, I would do if that happened. I would do that. I will put it on air right now. If you send me money and don't say fuck nugget, I will use that money to go see Pitch Perfect 2, and I'll make a review. And it will be bad.
I will like the shit out of your Pitch Perfect 2 review.
You probably will, because it'll probably be the most painful thing I'll ever do in my life, and I'll make sure everyone knows it.
Now I kind of want to give you money to see.
If I'm not paying for it, I don't really give two fucks. Give me an extra $2 to cover gas.
Man, this will be my long con of torturing Tom and be like, oh, I hear there's a really bad movie.
Over by making me realize there's going to be a Sonic live-action movie. All right, you've already dragged me down to the pits of hell.
Saber.
I'll just send him. I'll send him direct message. I'll send him direct messages like, I hear Ted 2's coming out.
Wait, so there's gonna be a live-action Sonic the Hedgehog?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Sega's working with Sony, I believe.
How?
To do that.
How is it going to be a live action?
It's going to be like the Smurfs, but with Sonic.
Yep.
Oh, okay, good. I felt like there was something missing.
Oh, where's Jim going?
Oh, man.
With Samuel L. Jackson as Knuckles, do you kid?
I'm going to get myself another beer. What's the next topic?
It's Civil War stuff.
What?
Captain America Civil War stuff.
Okay, go
ahead. I thought you meant the
actual Civil War. So what does this podcast turn into?
Let's talk about the slaves for a second.
So in other news, South Dakota crossed the Mason-Dixon line.
Yeah, but Civil War, it was announced that it's going to have 16 different comic book characters cast.
Whoa.
Oh, holy shit.
Yeah, not necessarily superheroes, but, comic book characters.
Yeah. There was a thing about, because, I saw people complaining about how no one's complaining that Civil War has too many characters, but everyone...
Wait, hold on. Someone's asking how much film tickets are in my town. They're $12.50 plus tax.
Oh, that's not as bad as where I am.
Yeah, you're in New York.
$15.
Jesus!
That's not even for the IMAX of the the 3Ds.
I get $8 matinee.
Shut the fuck up, you piece of shit. Anyways. Civil War has a bunch of characters. That's cool. I'm ready for Spider-Man.
Yeah, I'm also ready for Spider-Man.
Have they cast it? They keep saying it's Aja.
Yeah, that guy from Ender's Game.
Hugo's Game. Say it's from Hugo's Game. I'm down. I mean, he's not a bad choice, but I don't know. I'm still like kind of not sure how they're going to introduce him.
Of the 16 characters, Spider-Man wasn't one of them.
Oops.
Oh, they listed the 16 characters?
Yeah. Let me find it again.
Is Daredevil one of them?
No.
He was in Civil War, the comic books. God damn it!
Yeah, he has that cool thing with the coins on his tongue when he get the gold pieces when he gets captured. That's like one of my favorite Civil War scenes.
Yeah, they might be keeping some of this under wraps.
All I know is that the reason I want this movie to come out is because I still have the first printing original run of the entirety of Civil War the comics, so I'm ready for those like quintuple in price and I can make a fuck ton of money.
Yeah, but Black Panther's definitely going to be in it.
He was.
Yeah.
They mentioned Black Panther a little bit in Avengers too.
Yeah. But let's see. General Ross is coming back.
Cool.
Let's see. Crossbones. Who was that guy in Winter Soldier? Let's see. Agent 13. Ant-Man, Scarlet Witch, War Machine, Hawkeye, Division, Falcon, Winter Soldier, Black Widow, Iron Man, Captain America. Oh yeah, Baron Helmut Zemo, is going to be in it.
I feel like I should know who this is.
Yeah, he's a Captain America villain.
I feel like I had a HeroClix figurine of him back in the day, but that's as far as I know about
Yeah,
him.
he's got like a purple face, like completely covers his mouth.
Maybe.
Like,
a face that covers his mouth?
No, like it's like a mask.
A face that covers his mouth.
But yeah, Jim, his connection is dead. Oh no.
Oh no, Jim.
Oh, Jim.
Oh no,
Oh, shit.
Jim's offline. I better read something in the meanwhile.
Read what?
Oh, hey.
There he is.
I'm just going to try this without video, so maybe it'll work better.
Okay.
If that's cool.
Yeah, that's
What
fine.
were
We were talking about
what were we
Civil War,
talking
the 16 characters that were revealed to be in there.
Yeah. But I think I may have said this somewhere else, but I just noticed that everyone's saying how in DC there's all these characters. I think in Civil... What? What's so funny?
You keep breaking up, Jim.
You're like, maybe this
Oh,
week,
I do?
but
Bud.
Oh, man. Am I clear now?
I love it fuzzy.
Oh. Yeah.
No. Well, but yeah, they're saying a lot of people complaining about Batman v Superman. There's a million characters announced in that, and everyone says how that's too overloaded. And no one's saying that was Civil War, but I keep thinking like in Civil War we know how it works, and Batman v Superman we're like, how is this working? Like I don't know the story, you know. So
I still
We'll
want it to
see,
be a civil
but-
court case for Batman v Superman.
Well, I just want them to be neighbors, and like Batman's trying to build something on Superman's property, just like an inch, and he's like fighting him over it.
In court.
You know, something like the most boring court case ever, and that's the most anticipated movie after Star Wars.
All right. Any other, I guess, discussion about it? I mean, we're probably not going to talk about it.
Civil War?
Yeah, we're probably not going to talk about it again until
Spoiler
it comes out.
alert. Yankees win.
If Spider-Man is in it, I hope that they do the part in the comics where Tony Stark makes Spider-Man a special suit of armor to use while he's fighting with the government side of the Civil War, because that was really cool. but
Are
they
you wearing an
probably
Adventure
won't.
Time shirt?
Yes.
I have that exact same shirt.
Yeah. Whoa. Crazy.
We're like brothers. Only closer.
So,
Can I?
did Adventure Time? I always thought it premiered in 2009, but I've learned recently it premiered in 2010.
Yeah, I thought it premiered earlier too, but apparently not. I just remembered wrong.
Now I'm confused. I'm like, but what happened to my life?
Yeah, I know that the original pilot is much older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know I saw that like years before, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe somebody hacked Wikipedia and Time and messed.
They hacked
That's
time.
my.
It's the
others.
time train again.
Yeah.
Oh man, Time Train. Damn it! Now I'm gonna have to look up Time Train. See what I can find.
Paleo.
Time Train.
Paleo.
Oh, I just
What?
found Time Train.
Can I? I know this is
Train
kind of
times.
a little unorthodox, but can I read 3 things here?
What?
It's from the funniest moments in history. Can I read 3 new ones I found, please?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so guys, I found this really fun thread here on Reddit called what is the funniest moment in history? And some people responded with some pretty funny stories, and this one's pretty good.
Oh, JFK.
Yeah, JFK totally got it. He blew up. No, I got one here. So, this is about the sinking of the U-boat called 1206 by its toilet. All right, so the U-boat, which was a German submarine, was fitted with a advanced toilet, which was necessary for it to flush when submerged. Due to the complex nature of the pressure systems needed to eject the waste, technicians were required to flush. So you can't flush. You need an actual technician to come in there and do it for you. So one day, some
No,
guy...
that's embarrassing. Wait, what?
Yeah.
So if you during like burrito Sundays, you had to get a technician to come in. That's embarrassing.
It is pretty bad. The technician was the one who probably felt worse. So one day, some genius decides that he's got this. So he tries to flush it himself. And the resulting flood reaches the batteries and releases chlorine gas. Rather than being killed by poisonous gas, they decide to surface, whereupon they are promptly located and bombed.
Oh my
This all
God.
happened during the U-boat's first active patrol.
Wow.
Oh my God. That's funny. And that's why, by the way, Germans stopped doing burrito Sundays.
That's exactly.
Oh, by the way, it was source code.
Okay.
That's what it's. The time train. movie.
Trains.
There was a train in source code, dude.
I was
source
like
code.
ready. I was ready for Time Train. All right, I wanted to have like you know, like where they have the faces on Thomas the Tank Engine. I expected like a really fucking digital looking
No,
car
I told you it was
coming at the
a
Time Train.
He
Time
kept
Train.
repeating time in a train. See, you hyped up a movie that was never gonna be as good.
I want
Well,
Time
okay.
Train now.
Whoa. Listen, there'll never be a train. There will always be source code.
Tycho Brahe. This guy here, here's a few of his favorite moments, okay? So he had his nose cut off in a duel with someone over a math formula, okay? He proceeded to wear a golden prosthetic nose for the rest of his life. He had a pet elk. It died from falling down the stairs after drinking too much beer. He knocked up the Queen of Denmark. Wow. And then he...
Wait, those were just random stories. That's not one.
Yeah, this is one guy. He did this. He did all 3 of these things. Oh, Lord. All right, let me find this last one. All right, this one's more of a fun fact. Okay, so Attila the Hun, this is how he died. He bled to death from a nosebleed on his wedding night.
Oh yeah, you told me that one.
Yep, he bled to death from a nosebleed on his wedding night.
Yeah, I said that's like the most anime way to die.
That's pretty
Never
That
want
is
to
the
nosebleed
most
again.
animated at the time.
What's that, Tom?
All right.
I never want to nosebleed again. That sounds terrifying.
I've actually never had a nosebleed.
Oh.
I have a nosebleed now.
I've never.
No, it's now
I've
it's all
always
pent
thought-
up. Once you have that first nosebleed, it's gonna like.
Just gonna look
Well,
at
they
some-
say
No, I
you
think-
hold your nose back. You don't do that. You hold your nose forward. You want it to pour out.
See, I think it would really freak me out since I never had one. So.
Oh.
It's just sound.
Well, let's go to the next thing. The Jem and the
Next thing.
Holograms trailer.
Oh. No.
So this looks really.
I'm so upset.
Yeah,
Wait, what's it about?
Jem and the Holograms. You know the cartoon.
Nope.
You don't remember the '80s cartoon?
You know, I was a
born
fan of the cartoon when it was on. I once watched it at a party the whole time. It was obviously very popular, and I watched it again recently. And this movie has nothing to do with that show, and they even wouldn't let the original people have anything to do with it.
Really?
That is true.
Wow.
They cut out all the female creators and writers were all asked not to be a part of Jem and the Holograms. So
That sucks.
you know, it's also the thing with Jem is that you really need the Misfits to be there, and by the Misfits I mean Danzig and the Misfits, and no, but they are called the Misfits, and I always kind of wished I
Yeah.
don't know why no one's done a parody where Danzig's
There
after
probably is a
Jem and the
parody
Holograms.
somewhere of that.
Yeah.
That'd be really funny.
And like Jem plays her song, and then Danzig's like "Mother," and, you know. But I just don't get like why would you would make a Jem movie without the Misfits? That's like making a Transformers movie without the Decepticons, or GI Joe without Cobra, or
Yeah.
Peanut Butter without Jelly. It just doesn't make any sense. you
Yeah,
know?
or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles without Shredder.
Or like Food Fight without Brand X.
Yeah. But I recently learned that Jem and the Holograms, they had over the course of their show they had 151 songs.
Yeah, but actually they repeated a lot of songs, even though they had that many songs. So, but they did a lot of. I like some of their songs. I don't get like. I kind of get updating it, but I don't get like she doesn't turn it because the reason that they're called Jem and the Holograms is they had a computer that put holograms over their bodies and made them look different. And then in this, she's just some girl.
It's just Hannah Montana.
Yeah, well, it's not even Hannah Montana. It's just like some girl with a wig on who everyone knows is Jerrica and stuff. Although I will say I like the Photoshop joke was funny. I like that. But, you know, when she was like, that's not us. And she was like, no, that's fun. Photoshop, honey. I like that. But it's not a Jem movie. It's like another movie. Like, why even call it Jem?
Yeah.
You know?
Because we are the crystal gems.
Stop.
Oh,
I'm saying
always save the
really
day.
bad.
if we say we can't.
Because I just watched the trailer and it was like, from the director of Never Say Never comes Never Say Never with vaginas. I'm just like, okay.
Well, he also did G.I. Joe too.
They're just milking all of the 80s and 90s franchises because we're all old now and we have money.
Well, that's not true at all. Anyway, let's talk about Terminator Genesis.
Actually, let's not.
Let's talk
No,
about
but-
Smurfs 4.
But I mean, the Gem thing makes the least sense out of all of them because, like, why would you take a property and then change it to the extent that, like, it's nothing like what people remembered it as? So, like, you're not actually doing brand recognition at all then. So then what's the point of doing it?
like Mr.
know.
Peabody and Sherman.
I love that movie.
So I didn't see it. We had this. Paleo was trying to tell me it wasn't so bad, but I didn't see it because I like.
Maybe this movie will be good too.
I mean, it could be, but it's not a Gem movie. It should
and
be
it's
called.
not animated.
It looks
Would have
so
been better if it
fucking
was
stock.
animated.
It looks
Well,
so
Paleo-
fucking stock though. Like
It
it's
just
just
looked
like,
like Paleo
oh,
was
whatever.
broken for a second. No, I don't know. It's just whatever. Just make a Thundercats movie. Let's just do something cool. Or
Yeah,
dinosaurs.
Thundercats movie would be awesome.
It'll happen eventually.
I'd watch the fuck out of that, to be honest.
Me too. What about a He-Man movie?
That's already been done. Well, in the
Oh
80s.
yeah. Well, they should redo it and get like The Rock and
Yeah.
Oh my God! I just did it. Okay. Hear this out. The Rock will play He-Man. Vin Diesel will play Skeletor. Here we go, guys. Did I just cast
Vin
He-Man?
Diesel, yeah, well, like Skeletor, you know. Ah! And then I think of Vin Diesel.
Yeah. I don't know who would play She-Ra. You could probably get like. I don't know about that one. That one might take some time, but you
Gentlemen,
could do that.
I want to pose a question to the podcast.
What?
Top 3 female crushes from cartoons. Go.
See, I thought you were gonna just say top 3 things in general, and my number 3 was gonna be toothpaste. So
Toothpaste, cheese, and electricity. Top 3 female cartoon crushes. Go.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Unlike you, I don't have these on standby for just such an occasion.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Yes, you
Yeah,
do.
you're-
Try harder. Try harder.
You're going
You
off
all are
topic.
nerds.
Actually,
No,
my number
go ahead.
3. My number 3 is kind of a long story. So I was in the forest, and I found this.
I'm sorry, Pale. I was like, let's keep to the program. So, all right. So we're talking about Mad Max here. So I really want to go see that movie.
Yeah, but anyway, Jem and the Holograms looks. I just expect a review of mine to be me yelling for a long time. That's probably
ready.
what it'll be. I'll go see it, and there'll be all these teenage girls. They'll be like, "Why is he here? That's so weird. He's old." It's like when I saw a lot of movies I've seen. Oh,
Okay, next thing. Harry Shearer, who is the voice of a lot of characters on The Simpsons, has quit The Simpsons. He's the
do people
voice.
still care about The Simpsons?
No, but this might mean it actually might die.
Good.
well,
because
I
the-
heard that. Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Sorry.
Well, I'll just say like his major voices are like Lenny, Ned Flanders, Principal Skinner, Mr. Burns, Smithers, Reverend Lovejoy, a whole bunch of others.
Wait,
So-
he does Smithers and Mr. Burns?
Yep.
So he was talking to himself this whole time?
Yeah.
Isn't that weird
Wow,
when you
that
figure
just
that out?
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's like that just hit me just now. I never thought about who both of them were, but
That's a lot of characters.
how could you even do
Yeah, like and also
How could
Kent,
you do the
Kent
show
Brockman,
without him?
Otto.
Oh,
Like they're all like
You
shown
can't-
on this picture that I have.
oh Jesus. That's like well, he is because there was an interview he was on Mark Maron's WTF podcast recently
Mhm.
within the last month or two. And he is known for being difficult and stuff, and he was always the one leading the charge to get them more money and fighting with the producers. But it seemed like
nerd.
Fox was kind of like well, it seemed like Fox was kind of like negotiations aren't over, but he was like, no, I'm done, because they were interfering with him working on other stuff, and he didn't, because he has a YouTube show, he has a sitcom in England, and he does theater. He does a lot of stuff, and I think the other voice actors aren't as prolific as he is, so it wasn't a big deal for them. But they've talked about like Tom Kenny replacing him and a bunch of voice actors. But they apparently, when all this was going on, supposedly that Christmas episode that goes into the future that was written as a series finale.
Right.
I didn't know that. So that's kind of, I don't know. It's like can't imagine how you do that show without him. But it sounds like Fox is still talking to him. So I don't know if like negotiations went bad and he just went to Twitter. But I noticed at the beginning of the day, Fox was like, "We're still working with him," and then at the end of the day, they were like, pretty much like, "I think he's gone." So we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, The Simpsons does like it needs to stop. It needs to.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not disagreeing with any of that, but I can't. The Simpsons without him is like even worse than the Simpsons, going on without him.
Yeah.
Or wait, that didn't make any sense. It's worse than if the Simpsons kept going.
Yeah.
As bad as it is now, it's worse because he's gone.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. And this also means, but plus side, we can finally get that Spinal Tap reunion that I've been asking for. So there's a plus side to everything. So, and have they been on The Simpsons again since the '90s? Spinal Tap?
I don't know.
It was just that one time. You'd think they would.
Yeah.
Because he's on it,
Yeah.
And I love Spinal Tap's awesome. Just go see Spinal Tap. That's what you all should do.
See, this is Spinal Tap. It's great.
What's the next subject?
Digimon.
I was talking about Spinal Tap.
Yeah,
No,
let's find something that's actually interesting to talk about. Oh.
Shut the fuck up!
Who cares about Digimon? It's a Pokemon ripoff.
Oh shit!
So-
We're gonna bring this up right now.
Yeah, you punk. Digimon's for gay boys.
Excuse me? Well, I guess I like taking it in the butt because Digimon kicks fucking ass.
Or take it in the ass. I'm sorry. No, Digimon is I remember I watched one episode once, and there was a caterpillar turned into a dinosaur.
What are you talking about?
No, I'm serious.
No, dude, stop throwing in your Grey's Anatomy references.
I'm sorry. No, was Digimon first or Pokemon first?
Pokemon was first.
Oh,
Pokemon.
so it is a ripoff.
Oh.
This is like who started punk? The Ramones or the Sex Pistols? Who started punk? Digimon or Pokemon?
They're both completely different shows in terms of what they're trying to do structurally and narratively. And Digimon was based off of Virtual Pet, and Pokemon was based off RPG by Nintendo. So it's like the only reason that they're even like comparable is because that was the Fox Kids effect. Because everything would happen back in the 90s. Just WB would get a show, and then Fox Kids would be like, "We need our version of it," and then they just buy or make something. Like fucking, they had Batman Beyond on Fox or on WB, and then Fox Kids like Spider-Man Unlimited. It's Spider-Man in the future, and then they did that. And it was like Pokemon, and they were like Digimon, and then they were like, then WB was like, we have a new 3D animated show called Max Steel, and then like 6 months later, Fox was like, Action Man, it's a 3D animated fucking show. They did it all the goddamn time.
Yeah.
Bugs Life. All right, ants. I don't know, something. It's a cartoon arms race. That's exactly what it is. It's so funny about
We're talking about Digimon because there's a new fucking Digimon coming out.
Yeah, Digimon Tri.
It's 6 films being released theatrically in Japan, and it's going to take the original cast of characters from the first season of Digimon and show them like X amount of years down the road.
Isn't that where Godzilla came from?
It is where Godzilla came from.
Are you
Godzilla? Isn't Godzilla from 2014?
No.
Wasn't that a good movie? Did you like the scene when Godzilla was
Paleo, just kick him. Just kick him.
I'm sorry.
What's going on right now?
I'm actually quite drunk. So I'm sorry.
I do it.
I'm sorry, guys. This is very professional of me. Continue.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be professional if you were here, so. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest.
But
am I
Digimon
wrong?
Tri, was it originally going to be a series, or did they just not reveal what it was going to be?
They kind of were vague about it. I think people assumed it was a series.
Yeah.
But they're just like, JK, it's a series of films, LOL. Which is like...
Yeah, we're going to do like Evangelion Rebuild, yeah.
Yeah, which like it's going to take forever to come out, but the production value would be super high, which I'm fine with. The problem is, since it's released theatrically, we're going to have to wait a year plus to get an actual subversion, because we have to wait for home releases.
Yeah.
Unless I want to fly to Japan and learn Japanese somehow, which...
Yeah.
Ha ha ha.
Get tutoring from Hirasashi.
He won't do it, isn't like me.
Oh, poor Tom.
He doesn't like
Somebody
me that-
send Tom. Someone send Tom enough money to fly to Japan and see Pitch Perfect 2.
Well, okay, next thing.
I want someone to do that. By the way, I wasn't joking about that.
So, Universal has partnered with Nintendo to make Nintendo themed rides.
I heard about this.
Yeah, and a lot of people are speculating it's because Universal no longer has the rights to the Marvel properties, so they're going to have
They
to
need some.
they're going to have to change the rides in Universal Orlando, like the Spider-Man ride.
I can't wait for the Universal Orlando exclusive amiibo.
Oh God! Oh no!
Plug in your amiibo to the Mario ride and get exclusive amiibo content on your amiibos. And don't forget to get the Universal logo amiibo available exclusively at Universal Studios.
Oh.
Get the Master Hand amiibo because we're gonna fuck you in the ass. There are exclusive pricing, but you can only get this amiibo if you win at one of those rigged games. You have to sit there and you spend tokens or whatever for like 15 trillion hours. And you're just like, I hate my life.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
But anyway, yeah.
Elio's gonna be there, and he's gonna be first in line.
What kind of rides would you like to see of like any kind of Nintendo franchise?
They just need to.
Oh, I would like it.
Okay, you go first.
Oh, I would like a ride. It's called Paperboy, and you have to deliver newspapers to the neighborhood.
That's a terrible idea. I was gonna say they need.
What do you
Mario
mean?
Kart.
It shows kids responsibility,
Fuck
and
responsibility.
it gives them a
I wanna
job.
ride around
And then
go-karts
afterwards, they're
and throw
like,
fucking-
"Oh man, I delivered papers." Paperboy. Everybody likes Paperboy, right? Kids are still into that.
They need Mario Kart. They also
Yeah.
they should have it's like a giant narrow hallway that's just a recreation of World 1-1 from Super Mario Brothers, and you just walk across it.
Oh, that sounds pretty cool.
They should do that.
Yeah. But I think that the thing that I probably want the most is like a simulation ride thing that you get in, and it's like an F-Zero thing. I think that'd be pretty cool.
An F-Zero roller coaster.
Yeah, they'd probably like transfer or change one of the Marvel rides into one of that, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just take like a Spider-Man ride, like it's red, it's Mario now, and then they just like
Yeah.
paint an M on there like by hand, so it looks like shit, and they're just like kids won't notice.
Yeah. All right. So next thing, Rockstar started banning mods on GTA 5 in the single player mode, and then they stopped because they realized they were being completely stupid.
Then isn't this a non-starter? Like, Rockstar's dumb. I get it, I guess.
Yeah.
They're dumb. Fuck Rockstar. I never liked Grand Theft Auto. I still don't.
Oh. I want.
Oh, okay.
Next thing.
I don't know. Like, do you guys have anything to say about that? I was just like, be like, okay.
I don't really have anything to say.
Corporation does dumb thing again.
Okay. Speaking of
That's
dumb
like the theme of this podcast.
I guess you're right.
Yeah. Yeah, speaking of dumb things, Konami.
Oh my god.
Konami wants to shift all of their gaming to mobile.
Yep. They were like, exec was like, mobile's the future. I'm like, yeah, it was the future like 7 years ago. It's the present now. Where the fuck have you been?
Yeah. And they're like focusing a lot of their like franchises on like gambling games in Japan. It's weird.
Well,
Like
because
there's like a gambling machine that has like Contra on it. It's
right, but the
What?
whole thing is, do you know why they're focusing on gambling right now?
because it's making a whole lot of money.
Because it's been illegal in Japan for a while. They just like
Oh.
got legislation to make it legal now in Japan, and so they're jumping on that. Another big part of that is like they canceled PT, that whole
Yeah.
thing with Del Toro, Norman Reedus,
Silent Hills. Yeah.
and Kojima. There's
Yeah.
rumors that Kojima Studios has been disbanded and renamed like Konami West, and that Kojima is no longer working for Konami. He's just a contractor until the end of Metal Gear Solid 5. His name's been pulled from all of the stuff, and it seems like they're just gonna like fuck the shit out of the Metal Gear franchise once he's gone. Like if I start seeing like yearly installments of Metal Gear,
Yeah, that's
if
No,
it becomes
yeah.
Konami's COD, I'm just gonna like weep because like that'll be like raping my childhood on a yearly basis, and I don't think I'm ready for that.
yeah.
But I don't know. They're pretty fucking shit. Konami is garbage. They're not good, and they're just really out of touch. I had something really profound I wanted to add to that, and I forget what it was. Oh wait, I do remember what it was because they pulled PT from the PlayStation
Yeah, they
Network,
did.
and apparently people are like selling their PS4s that have it installed to make money on eBay,
Yeah.
and eBay's blocking the sales of that because Konami told them not to do it or something. I don't know. But
Yeah.
I was thinking, I was like, wait a minute. I have a PS4. It still has PT on it. But the thing that actually has PT on it is just a 2.5-inch standard laptop drive. What if I just keep buying PS4s and laptop drives, clone the drive, put in a new PS4, and just sell fuck tons of money and just make
Wow.
stupid profit? So if the market gets there, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna start buying PS4s, cloning my original hard drive,
Wait,
and
if
just sell.
Konami can stop eBay from selling PS4s that have PT on it, what's stopping Nintendo from stopping people from scalping Amiibo?
I don't think Nintendo gives a fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Okay.
reason that eBay cited was that like, oh, it's like there's like personal data risk, but it's just like you sell laptops on fucking eBay all the time. There's
Yeah.
more personal data on a laptop than there is on PlayStations. Like
Yeah.
something's going on there. You know, like eBay shouldn't give a fuck what you sell on eBay. You know, so
Yeah.
like, red flags everywhere. Yeah, Konami clearly doesn't have any fucking idea what they're doing. So shame on them.
So the thing is, like Konami, Capcom, Rare, they're all been going down, or like a lot of them have been down for a while. There's going to be another like spiritual successor of a game, and that is called Bloodstained: Ritual of the Night, and that is
Yes.
a spiritual successor to Castlevania,
Castlevania.
like a 2D
Symphony of the
Castlevania.
Night.
Yeah.
Finally.
So this
Did
this
you
had
watch
me
the
excited.
fucking Did you watch the Kickstarter video for this?
Yeah.
It was amazing.
So, yeah, I'm excited for this because like I've been wanting another 2D Castlevania.
This
like
is like
this.
I feel like this is the future of like hardcore gaming.
Yeah,
Where
it's
it's
funny
just, like-
because there was that post on Tumblr. It was like, so we have not Mega Man with Mighty Number 9 and not Banjo Kazooie with Ukulele, and now we have not Castlevania with Bloodstained.
Now we just need not PT and we're all set.
Yeah,
Dude, think about it. If fucking Guillermo del Toro, Norman Reedus, and Kojima went on Kickstarter and were just like,
so we're gonna make it anyway.
fucking just like instantly, they'd hit their goal in under 10 minutes. Like even if it
Yeah.
was at like $2 million, they'd hit $2 million like instantly. And then I would just like hashtag tweet at Konami like all day, just like lol, 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 lol. Like I could just like set up a bot to do that for like the next 2 months, and just they got to do it. They got to do it. I mean, I know Konami's dumb. I know Kojima's a busy dude with Metal Gear Solid 5 and like dealing with the fact that he doesn't have a studio anymore. Guillermo del Toro is probably making Jaegers and Kaiju punch each other right now. And Norman Reedus is doing Walking Dead, but Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Do it.
gotta do it.
Do it.
All right, so let's move on to Q&A.
Q&A.
Q&A. Anybody need a break?
I'm going to
Okay.
go grab a drink.
I
Quickly.
am too. So I'm
Maybe-
gonna do that.
I'll do that
Send
also.
your questions to our Twitter handles.
Yeah,
I'm stealing
send the-
Paleo Shtick. You can do it. Bye.
Yeah.
Send Pitch Perfect 2 comments to Tom and Saber.
will seriously go see it this week if someone sends me the PayPal money.
Saber will also, maybe.
See what?
Are y'all
All
back?
back. Just in time.
All right. Let's look
Jim
at
here?
questions.
I'm eating hummus with pretzels.
Hello.
Hello.
Yo.
Good.
Oh, here's
I'm
a
gonna
good
try
question.
video.
Here's a good question to start out with. From
What's up? Okay.
Digital Arrow. Was there a series that your parents never let you watch as a kid?
God, yes.
Like
So
what?
many. I couldn't watch Power Rangers. I couldn't watch The Simpsons. I couldn't watch South Park. I couldn't watch pretty much anything.
Family Guy.
I couldn't
Oh,
read
wow.
Harry Potter. I couldn't watch the Harry Potter movies. And I couldn't play Magic
Wow,
the
Tom.
Gathering.
Your
My
parents,
mom is my
your
mom
parents-
is very Christian.
parents sound like a lot of fun.
They're not.
My friend Scott, we had this middle school auction, and we had to bring in stuff to sell for a Christmas thingy. And for the Christmas thingy, my friend Scott brought in some magic cards, and he was trying to sell them to middle schoolers. And the
Beautiful.
middle school teacher got angry because it's a Christian private school, and she's like, "We cannot sell this satanic stuff to children." And she took the cards and she threw them away. And Scott got angry.
Well,
Scott's like, "You can't just throw away my stuff." It was a good day.
Yeah, that's what my mom
I
did all the
couldn't
time.
watch-
She found cards, just throw them away. I paid
couldn't
money
watch,
for
like,
those.
The Max.
What about
I
Mad
couldn't-
Max?
Couldn't watch that. No, the Max. The
oh, that
like,
MTV.
it was on MTV,
thing?
but
Yeah.
it was. My parents would often ban things because suddenly being up that long, or they didn't want to take me to see the movie. Usually, that's why I couldn't see Mortal Kombat, and I was like, "Well, can't you just give me the money and I can go?" But yeah, I couldn't see the Max for like a couple of years. I couldn't see. I wasn't allowed to watch. Her parents relented, so I don't think there was too much after that. I don't know, Paleo. Was there anything for you, or
Actually, not really. My parents were pretty relaxed because I mean, I started watching The Simpsons when I was 4, so
yeah?
You heathen.
What was? Yeah, I actually remember. The first season of The Simpsons, my parents were weird about it, and then by the end of the first season, they were like, there was a thing when The Simpsons first premiered, since there hadn't been a cartoon in prime time since the '60s. People were really strange about it. Like, they were really not sure. They thought it was like going to be dirty or something. I'm not exactly sure. I'd kind of be curious to understand that phenomenon, because to me, The Simpsons seems fine for kids.
yeah.
You know?
And
Says bad words.
speaking of The Simpsons, Adam Lumez asks, "What season did you guys stop watching The Simpsons? Also, favorite episode."
I can't even say favorite episode. There's like so.
Yeah.
I don't even know. But the last season, it was like the early 2000s that I really just went, I'm not laughing at this anymore. And I
think it was
gave
around
up.
like season 15 maybe when I started or I stopped keeping up with it.
Uh-huh. I mean, it was probably like, I've seen the first 10 to 12, and then after that, I mean, you know. And the only ones I rewatch are the first 8, to be honest. So, or if FXX has a marathon, I'll sometimes keep it on and end up watching a later episode, but I never really like it.
One of my
So-
favorite episodes though is one of the Treehouse of Horror where it's the day of the dolphin and the dolphins take over.
Can't
Oh, you like?
imagine why.
Oh, of course you like that. Of course. My favorite, actually, I like the Treehouse of Horror when it's based on horror movies more, like old classic horror movies. I like that a lot more. Or like The Raven. They just did The Raven. That was cool. They should do stuff like that again.
Yeah.
You know?
They can't. They're gonna cancel the show. Finally, it's gonna die.
From Alec
I mean,
Greer.
I don't know. It looks more like that now than ever. So.
Yeah. From Alec Greer, thoughts on the other George Miller films, like Happy Feet and Babe Pig in the
Happy
City?
Feet, Lorenzo's Oil, Witches of Eastwick. I liked Babe Pig in the City. It's a good movie. It's really
I'm
weird
sorry.
and dark. It's strange. I haven't seen Babe Pig in the City.
I
in a while,
cried the
but
scene when the baby dog had its little wheelchair off and it was running around in its dreams, and I cried.
but I know like George Miller was involved in the first Babe, also. Like
No,
he helped
it
write
actually
it.
happened.
That was That was his first Oscar nomination, and then he
Wow.
won an Oscar for Happy Feet. Yeah, and
It,
but
it's
it's
so weird. It's so weird to think that that's the same guy who did Mad Max.
well, he has look at his filmography, and it's just like
It
this makes no
sense.
sense. Like
Yeah.
he's just it's the weirdest filmography I've ever seen because he has not made this ever. Like I didn't see Happy Feet 2, so I guess I can't fully say that. But from all the other ones, they don't look the same. I mean, is Happy Feet 2 different than Happy Feet? I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
I watched Happy Feet
I didn't even see
recently.
Happy.
I watched it. I don't know why I watched it, but it had Elijah Wood as a penguin who couldn't sing, so he danced.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of things about global warming, and Robin Williams was still alive.
From Ant Medicine, what are your guys' favorite guilty
Yeah.
pleasure movies?
Since we were talking about the Masters of the Universe movie, that would be one of mine.
Napoleon Dynamite.
I love that movie.
I liked
Well,
the
you
Spirit.
feel guilty?
a lot.
You like the what?
Wait, whoa.
The Spirit?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow. I haven't even seen that. Is that good or no?
I don't know anything about the source materials. That's probably why I didn't hate it, but I just thought it was fucking hilarious. I mean, Samuel L. Jackson smashes a guy with a toilet. I mean, come on.
Have you
That's
seen The
great.
King's Guard?
So,
No.
What?
No, I've not.
The one with Samuel Jackson. He's a villain. It came out last year.
Oh, Kingsman. Kingsman.
It was a good
No,
movie.
it came out this year.
It's a good movie.
I feel like Saber's like your uncle who shows up and he's like, "Hey, you see that movie? The
Yeah, that
the
would
one
really-
with the one with all the superheroes."
That's
And
not
you're
really
like,
a
"The
guilty
Avengers?"
pleasure, though.
Nah,
That was like really well
it's not the
received.
Avengers.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, has he seen it though?
My guilty pleasure would probably be the Jurassic Park sequels, just because, yeah, like Jurassic World's probably going to be a guilty pleasure of mine. And also,
Oh,
bad Stephen King films.
You're not expecting.
Like
Oh,
I like the
that's-
Langoliers.
Have you ever
You mean
seen?
like so most of the Stephen King films?
Yeah, most of the Stephen King films.
Have you ever seen The Mist?
There's like what 5 good ones, 6 good ones. I have not seen The Mist, but I would like to.
I've seen The Mist. It wasn't bad.
You know what's a good
I
one?
haven't seen that.
No one talks about Christine. Christine's a good movie.
What's that?
I've not seen that.
Christine, it's like John Carpenter right after he did The Thing. It's a cool movie.
Is that the one about the car?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's actually better than it should be because he was a better director. You know, he just needed work. So
From Will Williams, best Gainax anime.
what's that mean?
It's a
It's a
studio.
production company. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
studio.
I don't think I know. Sorry.
I feel like I would. I don't know. I mean, I don't know their entire
Yeah, I haven't
work
seen
off
all
the top
of
of
them.
my head. They did FLCL, right?
Yeah, they did.
They did Fooly Cooley. They did.
Oh, they did?
Yes.
Oh,
They
well,
did.
then that's
they did.
mine.
They did Ava, didn't they? I
Yeah, and they did Gurren Lagann.
I would.
Thought, did they? Was
say
that
Fully
Gainax?
Cooley,
Yeah.
'cause I love that.
That was them.
Yeah, it was. I would say Gurren Lagann then. I don't even know. I don't even need to know any other ones. Gurren Lagann is one of the best anime ever in the history of everything. It's not even one of the best anime, it's just one of the best things that exists in the world. One of the best things mankind has done. I will go that far.
Stupid moon landing.
Let's see. Ozzy asks, favorite unrated movie? Or I guess he means underrated. Favorite underrated movie?
Unrated movie. Well, there's this documentary I saw about the stuff people find in the forest, and no,
One of us had to bring it back there.
sorry, call back. If it's unrated, I could probably come up with one, but if it's underrated, I'm not sure. I don't know. I feel like I don't like too many movies that are like, you know, these weird ones that nobody likes. I feel like I'm not. Can't think of one. Oh, I probably will later.
Underrated.
Underrated. I lost my pretzel. Give me a second, guys.
I'm trying to think of one.
I just vacuumed the floor. Where'd it go?
Yeah.
Over it. No, it.
I'd probably say, The Rescuers Down Under. That's a really underrated movie.
Yes, good one, Paleo.
It's not like
Go with that.
That is a very good movie.
because it didn't
I was
really
gonna
do very well.
I don't know if this really counts
saw it
as
in theaters.
underrated.
You did?
Did you?
Yeah.
How was it in theaters? Because I've never.
Yeah, it was in
was,
theaters.
It was
It was a theatrical release.
It was cool. It was the eagle flying down off the mountain was amazing. It was a fun movie. I remember thinking it was like really well done when I was in second grade. So,
The
I was
girl-
into it.
You are like, she got that movie for her birthday, and she never saw it before, and she loved it. And I heard that the movie did really bad in the box office, where
Yeah.
after they released it, they were like, pack up, this sucks.
You're like, we're not doing any movies anymore. Shut up.
We're going, move on to Lion King or I don't know, Ariel or something.
I think Beauty and the Beast was after that.
Yeah, Beauty and the Beast was after that.
I heard that
His Little Mermaid was right before, I think.
I thought Little Mermaid was before. Oh, The Road to El
It is.
Dorado.
Yeah, it is before.
Bowie fan 14 says that's a good movie. You know what's also another good movie? Gosh, Steven, come on, think for a moment. I Race to Napoleon Dynamite, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you said
Oh,
that.
I can come up with a movie. There's this really cool movie called Miss 45. It's like probably one of the better revenge movies I've ever seen. If you can ever see it, it's like if Death Wish, it's like a gender swap Death Wish, but it's a lot more fun than Death Wish. So that would be my pick. Well, the other thing with underrated movies is I've noticed I'll have one and then it'll suddenly become not underrated anymore,
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, now what do I do? Because there's been a couple underrated movies that I like that then became bigger. So
Yeah.
but
Like
that's not bad.
I
That's-
hesitated saying Rescuers Down Under because so many people know about it now.
I would
Yeah.
say my underrated
that,
movie.
I think. What?
Think what?
Oh, Jim died again. Is he dead?
What?
Oh no, he's not dead.
I did?
No, I thought you were, but you just stopped mid sentence.
Still here?
Yeah, you're still here.
Or you can hear you, Jim.
No,
You're alive.
I wanted to hear what you said.
Oh, I was saying I think my
Okay.
my underrated movie would be a film called Heartstring Marionette,
Oh yeah.
and I did a video on it on my channel, but it's by a guy named Michael Belmont. His username is m.strange, and he did theatrical film, or not theatrical films, but full-length animated feature films by himself on his computer. They're all 3D animated films, and they were the fucking weirdest shit ever. And this one, he spent 3 years doing, and it showed because it was ridiculous and mind trippy and awesome.
Speaking of M.Strange, there was another question here from Dakota Hamlet. Is favorite cult movies?
Yeah, I guess
that would count as
that
the
would
one.
definitely fall
Yeah.
with that. All of his films, that We Are the Strange, and what's the last one called? Oh my god, I'm blanking. I Am Nightmare. They're all on YouTube
Wait,
for free. You
so-
can watch them.
When they say cult films, do they mean underground cult movies, or do they mean movies about cults?
Both.
No, underground cult movies. I guess. I guess one
No.
that I watched. What?
What? Oh, sorry. You were talking, so I stopped myself.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, one that I watched recently, sometime last year, and then I showed it to Matt and Saber because I thought it was so weird. Is Idiots and Angels?
Oh.
Yeah.
I like that one. That's I would say that's an underrated movie because no one even has heard of that,
Yeah.
which sucks because I think that's Plimpton's best movie. Um, but actually,
Yeah,
if you are
I haven't
into
seen any of
cult
his other
underground,
stuff yet.
it's not anywhere near what Idiots and Angels is.
What is
Even
it?
the latest one wasn't as good. Cheatin',
Oh.
Bill Clinton's latest one. But if you're into cult movies, Turner Classic Movies every Saturday night or Sunday morning at 2 a.m. plays a cult movie on this thing called TCM Underground. Just DVR it or stay up or whatever, because you can just check out a new cult movie. Like I watch that all the time. But my favorite cult movies are like World's Greatest Sinner, Faster Pussycat, Kill Kill, Pink Flamingos. You know, those are like my go-tos.
All right, from PG-13.
Yeah.
What was your favorite video game you spent hours playing as a kid? My answer for
Tetris
this.
Attack.
Oh, Tetris Attack. Yeah. I know that. For me, it's Roller Coaster Tycoon. I played that for hours, like on in the morning.
I play a pinball game on my computer.
Oh, that like that space pinball thing.
Yeah, and I was dang
Yeah.
good at it. I also played this Temple Runner game. It was pretty good.
Oh, are you talking about Lode Runner?
Yes, you shoot the ground with a laser beam,
Yeah.
and the red cloak guys would fall in. And then there's a Stone Jungle game, and there's a game I played where I was like in a Christmas land, and there were elves, and I threw snowballs at them. I forget the name of it. It was fun.
I know what you're talking about, but
Do you?
I do too.
Do y'all
Yeah.
remember? Do y'all remember? Do y'all remember the desktop screensavers for the Looney Tunes for Windows After Dark?
for Looney Tunes?
Yeah, Windows After
No.
Dark. Do y'all remember? Dun 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 dun. Do y'all remember that?
Oh, this is nothing I know of.
You don't remember Windows After Dark? Oh God, you guys!
I know what you're talking about for screensavers, but why'd you say Looney Tunes?
Because they had a version of it for Looney Tunes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I know what the After Dark screensavers are.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
one with Looney Tunes, and then there was
I don't remember
Does-
that.
Does anybody else remember the elf game I'm talking about? Let me see if I can find it. Hold on, let me put my water down. 1 second.
I think I know what you're talking about.
But the
I'm trying to think of like a game that I really obsessed with like as a kid. I mean like as a little kid because I played the fuck out of Sonic Adventure 2 and then I played the shit fuck out of the original Devil May Cry. Like I beat that game like legit like 40 or 50 times. No, I think the first game that I probably like really played the shit out of was Star Fox 64.
yeah,
like,
yeah, for
That
me
game
too.
rocked.
Yeah.
Star Wars Rogue Squadron for me. No, Star Wars The Shadows of the Empire for me.
That was a good game too. Aged
Dude,
terribly, but back in the day.
It aged terribly, really? I haven't played in a while.
The ship parts are fine, but like when you're on the ground running around as Dash, like it just feels really stilted because it's like there's no aiming, so it feels like really old.
The octopus monsters in the water scare the crap out of me when I was a kid. They still
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
Mm.
That fucked me. All kinds of bad.
All right. Do we have any more questions?
I gotta find.
I have a
this
question. I have a question for Paleo.
What?
How pissed on a scale of 1 to 10 you're going to be if there's no new Metroid information at E3 this year?
Oh man.
Because I'm going to be livid as fuck.
I don't know. At this point, I'm like, it'll happen when it'll happen. I don't know.
I bought
At
a
this,
Wii U.
this point, I won't be mad. I'll just be depressed.
I guess that's probably where I'd be at. I'm still waiting for Metroid Dread. Still holding on hope because Fusion's my favorite Metroid game. Also, Paleo, not to like totally derail this, but you should remind me when the Splatoon test fire happens this weekend because I would
yeah,
like to play it.
It happens. Let's see, the 23rd. I know.
That'll be the first
Yeah.
time I've played my Wii U since I bought it last year because it's been upstairs in the family room and I haven't touched it.
Oh, you haven't gotten like Bayonetta or anything? Oh.
Haven't used it Do they sell replacement game pads? Because the gamepad I have upstairs has been used by my sister and all her little friends, and it's just covered in grime, and I'm afraid to
Ew.
touch it. Yeah, it's scary.
I think they do. They're expensive
I
though.
might I might need to get one. Like it's that bad.
Ew, that's nasty.
I think the
Like,
stylus is gone too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty pissed. Do we have any more questions, or are we done?
Wait, let me see.
I
I got a question here.
Okay.
What rank are you in Hearthstone? Also favorite class. Thank you, Zeke. I'll answer this question. My favorite class is Mage. I'm rank 5. I've been worthless this episode, guys. I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. Ozzy
You
all
were-
asked.
You don't you don't even disagree. You're just like, yeah, it's all right. Yeah, you are.
But Ozzy all asks, what are your thoughts on Nintendo having back the World Championships, and will you go to E3 some years, or 1 year, I guess?
Is E3 open to the public?
I think.
Yeah, of course
I
it
didn't
is.
think it was. I thought the
It-
press could
like-
go, but I didn't think it was open to anybody.
Of course you can public and go. That's ridiculous.
Because
I
I
don't
remember
think so.
I remember like years ago they had it like, okay, it's press only now, and then I think they went back on it and it said like, okay, no, we'll have the public go again. So
No, I thought, okay, now I'm confused because I remember what you're talking about, and I thought it was they changed E3. They wanted to like scale it down,
Mhm.
but I thought it was still like they were just gonna have like small like press events. But I didn't know it was open to the public. I thought it was only an expo for press. Are you sure,
Yeah,
anybody?
I don't know.
Are you
I'll-
sure? You need to look this up because if this like I've never even considered going to E3 because they're just like I'm not press, I can't go.
yeah.
If this is why are we wasting our time going to fucking BronyCon if we could like you spend that money to go to E3 instead? I'm just saying.
yeah,
Super.
there's not really any big reveals that happen at E3 anymore though.
Fallout 4, Mass Effect 4, gonna be revealed at E3 this year. Fucking don't talk to me about no big reveals, motherfucker. Doom, the new Doom.
All right, but as far as like the Nintendo World Championships, I'm not sure like what they're going to do with it.
I want to know if Reggie's actually going to play.
Yeah, and like they're going to have it to where the whole country can participate because they'll have like at different Best Buy locations. So that'll be pretty neat. I'm not sure like what kind of games they're gonna have it to where you compete in.
Yeah, Paleo, Twisted Prism just sent me a message from the website. No, E3 is not open to the general public. It's a trade event only for professionals from the industry to be allowed to attend.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say, all these years, all this wasted opportunities.
I know that like even like some super small YouTube channels can get press passes there. So
Well, yeah, I mean, you can
Yeah.
like bullshit your way into press if
Yeah.
you want to, but I mean, it's not like you're gonna have like plebs all over the place, which that's probably why it would be 10 billion times better than something like PAX East.
Okay. I'll do one more question. From Dakota Hamlet, and this is sort of relating to the cult movies we were talking about. It says someone asked in the chat if Rocky Horror could still be considered a cult film since it's so mainstream now. Opinions on this?
I actually don't think it is.
You don't think it's a cult film anymore?
No,
Yeah,
because cult movies like an underground like you can't watch it around normal people. It's a weird, strange thing. And to me, it's like that's gone too far at this point. Because that was like a whole thing with like the midnight movies were the weird, strange movies that couldn't play at any other time. And then Rocky Horror I like Rocky Horror, by the way. I don't have anything against it. I just don't think it's kind of like the ultimate cult movie, but being the ultimate cult movie kind of makes you mainstream. I mean, Glee doesn't make episodes out of Faster Pussycat Kill Kill or the weirder cult movies that we can't talk about. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But they can do one on Rocky Horror. Like if you go to a bar mitzvah, you're going to do the time warp dance. So
yeah.
I don't know. It's not to say that makes it a worse movie. It's just like it definitely is a cult following.
Yeah.
but I like my cult movies where people are like, "Whoa, you like that? What's going on with you?" I think that's cooler. But I mean, to each their own. If you want that to be a cult movie, I mean, when I got into cult movies, I thought it was a cult movie, but I think it's just kind of like an entryway cult. It's like the gateway to
Entry
cult
level.
movies.
Uh,
Yeah, and there's
That's a
nothing
good
wrong with
answer.
that.
Yeah, I mean, you need
So
something that's like semi-accessible to get you like sucked down the rabbit hole. So
yeah. Oh hey, someone asked a good question. We should not answer this, but someone asked, what were the first magazines you found in the woods?
Playboy. I didn't find it. My friend Austin found it. He kept it at his house.
This sounds like Saber's trying to convince his mom.
Jesus just texted Saber. It's just like, you stop that right now.
Wow, he just left. He's like, I'm out of here. Right when I said like that sounds like what you said to your mom. He's like, oh shit, she knows.
It's like, what?
Oh, that was a good question in the chat. Is Evil
What?
Dead is still a cult film?
Yes.
You think so?
Because Evil Dead. The thing about Evil Dead is when the new Evil Dead came out, I knew so many people who knew Evil Dead, and I'd bring up Evil Dead 2 and some of the stuff that happened in that, and they'd
Yeah.
look at me like I was crazy, and I was like, so you haven't actually watched Evil Dead 2, have you? So it's like Evil Dead 2 still is like raunchy and crazy, and like
Yeah.
to me a cult movie, like while I'm watching it, I have to be like, oh man, normal people don't get this. To me, that's like a cult movie where it's like
Yeah.
a cool little nerdy club,
Like, is
Not,
it,
I mean,
when-
I'm not trying to be
Jim, you should watch I'm Not
exclusive
Strange's movies. Then,
about it.
because
Yeah, you should definitely watch his movies.
They are fucking super cold
Whose
by
movies?
that definition.
M.
I'm Not Strange. They're the fucking.
I should.
There's some weird.
I actually
shit.
haven't gotten to watch a lot of newer cult stuff because I feel like cult movies became like Birdemic in The Room, and I kind of am not as into that, to be honest.
Well, let me get you the
Like,
link
I like
just
it-
So you don't fucking...
I like it when it's like it doesn't have to be totally, when it knows it's a B movie or a cult movie. I don't like that. Like you can't manufacture it.
Right.
Like, would you
just-
consider
Jim.
Spinal
For later.
Tap a cult movie?
No, because it's too big.
Yeah. I know, but there's like a lot of people that
I mean,
aren't
it's-
into
it's
like,
also-
rock music who won't get some of the jokes.
Yeah, well, it's also like the thing with Spinal Tap is Spinal Tap influence like without Spinal Tap, you can lead that road directly to like Modern Family. Like mockumentary wouldn't exist without Spinal Tap. So Spinal Tap, as crazy as that might sound, like they really started mockumentary. Like that started the whole Christopher Guest thing and all
Yeah.
that. It's the beginning of that. So, Spinal Tap is really like, to me, it's like one of the best comedies of all time. Like it's in a higher echelon, But it introduced all that. Like you wouldn't have mockumentary without Spinal Tap.
Yeah.
It's that big of a deal.
All right.
It's like
What-
the Toy Story of its day.
All right. Let's wrap it up, and I guess we'll see you, everybody, next week, or not next week, in a couple of
Next
weeks.
week.
Yeah, not next week. In a couple of weeks.
2
Which
weeks.
is 2 weeks, which would be June 1st.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We will have all seen San Andreas by then.
Wait, the movie?
Yeah, with The Rock.
Is that a Grand Theft Auto movie?
No.
That's exactly what I thought the first time I saw the title. I was like, they're making a Grand Theft Auto movie?
Doesn't Saber looks like at the beginning he was happy drunk uncle and now he's sleepy drunk uncle.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Got to me.
He like started off like he's making everybody laugh and then he's like laying on the couch and he's like, Thanksgiving is sad.
We're all at turkey. There's only cranberry.
Do you kids go on the Tinders? If you ever see me, don't be weirded out.
Well, okay. Yeah.
And on that note,
So see you
Alright.
guys in a couple weeks at June 1st. Thanks for coming out. See you next time.
See you in the woods.
Bye.
This
Bye.
sucks.